Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Jenny, and for today I'm going to share to you the sample answer for part 2 and part 3 for this topic. Describe a person who often helps others. This is actually one of the most classic topics, and I remember practicing this topic with my students several years ago, which is actually a very common trend in IELTS organization because they have this tendency to reuse the topic. But anyway, this is actually very helpful if you are familiar and if you have ideas for this topic, right? So let us begin. This topic has 5 bullet points. And it includes who this person is, how often this person help others, how this person help others, why this person help others, and explain how you feel about this person. Right. Now, I have some students who are asking me, Jenny, do I have to answer all the questions in the topic or the bullet points? Do I have to answer them one by one or in order? My answer is yes and no. Yes, it can be of great help if you answer them one by one and in order, because it will help you to speak in an organized way. However, you don't need to do that all the time. In case you miss to answer one question here, don't worry because it won't affect your score. You will not get a deduction because, after all, what matters most in the IELTS speaking is that you speak fluently, naturally, and spontaneously. Any answer or opinion will do as long as your answer makes sense, as long as it's logical, and, as long as it's reasonable. You're not off topic. You will be fine. You're good to go. So let us begin. Let me share to you the sample answer that I have prepared. Let me talk about a very helpful person that I know, and his name is Ellie. He's my friend's uncle, and he's one of the most generous people I know. Ali is an entrepreneur and he has established a lot of businesses, including beach resorts, restaurants, water stations, and printing shops. He provides assistance by giving jobs to people. And I think that's really amazing because giving people employment means giving them security. Apart from that, he donates his money to charities and orphanages. I believe the reason why he's always willing to lend a helping hand is that firstly, he's well aware of poor people's lives since he came from an impoverished family too. He was not born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and life was difficult for him. Secondly, he is aware of other people's plight because that is why he tries his best to alleviate their suffering by helping them in any way he can. Lastly, he has a pure heart and is very kind. I think he's one of the best philanthropists that I know. Honestly, I really admire him and I'm so inspired to help others too. In the height of the lockdown in my country, he bought thousands of rice and other grocery items and he distributed them to poverty-stricken areas in my city. Ellie is indeed helpful and I wish I can be like him someday. Right, so that's my sample answer for part 2. I hope that it's helpful. Now, what are some useful vocabulary or expressions or phrases that can give you a good score? So these are some band 279 expressions. Generous, established a lot of businesses, he provides assistance. So instead of saying he helps, you say he provides assistance. Giving people employment means giving them security. Charitable organizations, orphanages, to lend a helping hand, impoverished family. Instead of saying poor family, you can say impoverished family. Born with a silver spoon in his mouth. This is actually an idiomatic expression, and according to IELTS band requirements, if you use an idiom or 2 or 3 in your IELTS speaking exam, you can definitely get a score of 7 and above. And here, aware of other people's plight, which means he's aware of other people's suffering or condition. To alleviate their suffering, one of the best philanthropists in the height of lockdown. Poverty-stricken areas, emulate. So these are some good vocabulary that can be of use or some topic-related words that can give you a good score in the speaking exam. Now, let's go ahead in part 3. Do people nowadays help others more than in the past? I think that it depends. Some people these days are not helpful because they are cynical or doubtful of other people's intentions. Due to the increased crime rate, people are being cautious of others. However, I also think that some people these days are very helpful, and I think it is because they have more resources. They have more opportunities to extend help by donating money, and I guess that in the past it was a bit tough to help because people didn't have enough money. Right? So these are some good words: cynical or doubtful. Right? So due to the increased crime rate. Right? So people now have more resources. Okay. Right. So basically, you can get a much higher score in the IELTS speaking exam if you choose to talk about two sides or two views. If you only say yes, yeah, that's actually good, but it would be better that you discuss a variety of topics. So talk about two sides. No, they are not willing to help, they are cynical, and then the other idea or the other side is yes, some of them are willing. Now let's go ahead with the second question. Who should teach children to help others, parents or teachers? I strongly believe that both have a duty to teach children about being helpful. Parents should educate their kids at home, and they should also show good examples. In terms of teachers, since kids spend most of their time at school, teaching them about good manners and right conduct can be of great help in students' personality development. So in here, you can talk about two sides, parents and teachers. So you talk about both. Okay? Although it's fine to talk about one side only, like parents only, it's much better to have two sides. Okay? And then the next one: what kinds of professions do people help others more? As far as I know, people who work in the medical field give more assistance to others. Doctors, nurses, dentists help patients in dealing with their medical problems. Also, emergency services jobs like firemen, policemen, rescuers aid more individuals, especially in dangerous situations. I think those are the professions that contribute more to the community. Right. And then the next question: why are some people willing to help others? I guess that there are various possible reasons why people help other individuals willingly. First off, they know how it feels like to be in a complicated situation. They know how it feels to have nothing. That's why they're willing to lend a helping hand. Secondly, they are warm-hearted and kind people, and they just want to extend help by alleviating the situation of some people. I think helping makes them happy too. So those are the sample answers, and I hope that they are very helpful. Try to remember the ideas, some of the topic related words, and I am sure that when you use them, you can increase your score. Of course, don't forget to speak fluently, okay? So anyways, that would be all for today. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll be uploading other sample answers. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to comment down below. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.